say, dog.
What's up, bro?
Can you believe we haven't had a show in 2 weeks?
I was just thinking about that. I mean, it's crazy because the week before last, the SG debate got canceled, and then
last week we had the flood of the century.
Man.
We couldn't.
Monsoon came through.
That's
We couldn't do anything. But
it's a shame that they're not going to be able to see us until after spring break.
What you mean? We got a show today.
We have a show today?
Today, son.
What do you mean?
Like, literally, like half an hour from now, we have a show.
Look, I don't know if you know, but I'm going on spring break, and spring break is starting early for me. I'm a senior. I have to do my thing.
You got to go right now.
Absolutely.
This can't wait 15 minutes.
I mean, no.
I work hard to produce this show all the time, bro. All the time. And this is how it goes down. Because you want to go on spring break. What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna have Michaela. It's gonna be a Michaela show tomorrow. It's gonna be a Michaela show. Is this what you want? Is this how you want to go out? This is literally the last thing we're ever gonna do. This is how it's gonna go down. We're the only black people in Tiger TV. And Michaela. Half. And Reggie. And Mackenzie. That's not the point. We're the only senior black people in Tiger TV. So we gotta show out. But you don't want to show out. You don't want to show out for the screen. You want to show out on the beach. You want to show out in the sand. Alpha changed you, bruh. Alpha changed you. Everything changed you. You different. You different. What you gotta say for yourself, bruh? Railing?
It's been a while since we've seen each other. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, and welcome back to Original Copy. I'm Michaela Morgan. Since Jordan isn't here, I'm holding down the desk solo this week. Before we get into what happened this week, let's go over everything we missed because of inclement weather or a canceled then uncanceled student government debate. A$AP Ferg stopped by LSU last weekend. He spoke with Tiger TV about his plans to turn up at Buku and his latest music release with Future. Ferg says he is a huge LSU fan, but when asked about Ben Simmons and Leonard Fournette, he had no idea who they were. On a more positive note, for all of us who aren't ready to lose our free trials of our chance to listen to Kanye West's latest album on Tidal, Jesus has blessed us once again. Users who signed up to use Tidal to hear Kanye's latest album, Life of Pablo, are getting their free trials extended by 30 days so that users can listen to Kanye's updated version of the album. Thank you, Kanye, for making my spring break a lot more bearable. And for all of us OVO fans, Drake finally confirms his latest album will be released in April. After releasing Summer 16 and dropping hints on his Instagram about the highly anticipated album, we will finally get to listen come April. As for when, we are still looking for a date, just like we are looking for revenge. Now that we've caught up on what happened while we were gone, let's get into the future and Kendrick Lamar and Kanye West portion of the show. This week on The Rundown, Reggie has worked to create the best road trip playlist for spring break. Now it's time to know what we should and shouldn't be listening to for spring break 2016. Reggie, take it away. Reggie, you too. Am I the only person on this show today? I hope I get a raise, but probably not. Okay, after the break, a special guest will come to talk March Madness and what to do if your bracket is busted. I'll be back with more of The Michaela Show. It's not easy being an athlete and a student. If anything, it's more complicated than most would like to think. There's a certain pressure to chase after goals with full force. In this installment of Mackie Speaks, we take a look at the life of an LSU student who is used to being under the lights.
Mass communication sophomore Jorian Backham has always been a serious athlete, but despite trying various sports as a child, her love of soccer has always reigned supreme.
Honestly, it just was the most enjoyable for me. I just like the feeling of scoring a goal and running to my parents on the sideline. At the time, it's not that big of a deal, it seems like, but I just love that kind of atmosphere, and it was probably the sport I was most well at too, so that kind of helped.
Baucom has found her teammates to be her best friends and living with them to be a complete victory.
Honestly, it's always like easier living with your teammates. You're with them 24/7. You kind of develop like certain friendships and know who you live well with. Like everyone has certain lifestyles. You have to adapt to different cultures. People on the soccer team are from different regions, different states, countries. So everyone lives different, but I feel like where I'm living right now, the people that I currently live with, we work really well together.
Though in school, Baucom keeps the possibility of playing professional soccer close to her heart and plans to one day make the USA women's soccer team.
I would like to play for the full USA women's national team. It's always been a dream of mine since I was a little girl, and they have a women's professional league that I would like to get into as well. You kind of have to do well throughout your college career, and you like enter a draft. And so hopefully I could get selected for that and play professionally, or there's always like the option of looking overseas and playing.
Collecting what she's learned along the way, Baucom offers words of advice for upcoming student athletes.
Have very good time management. I think that's the most important thing being a student athlete, because as much as you want to take that nap, you need to study, but then when you don't have that time to study, you're probably practicing or lifting, so you really need to schedule your time out so you know I can study at this time. Time management is really important, I think.
For Tiger TV's original copy, I'm Mackenzie McLean.
Thanks, Mac. We continue the sports vibe by jumping into March Madness. By now, the round of 64 is fully underway, and some of you may be breathing a sigh of relief after your bracket survived day one. But what if your bracket is already busted like me? Tiger TV sports reporter Jared Joseph has a few suggestions.
For all my college basketball fans in the world, the NCAA March Madness tournament has started, and I know each of you is hoping your bracket is the chosen one. But let's be real, it's most likely not going to happen unless you find a 7-leaf clover while shaking hands with an elf and holding a rabbit's foot. 12 times out of 10, you're going to get your bracket busted 24 seconds into tournament play. But I have a few tips for you from what I do when this happens. Number 1, sit in silence in your room while blasting Alicia Keys songs all day. Number 2, go to sleep and wake up repeatedly hoping it was a dream until you realize it's not. Grab some Kleenex and cry. Number 3, curse out your pet dog and blame it for barking as a sign of yes when you asked it for bracket advice. And number 4, accept your fate as another year of failure and play NBA 2K to feel like you're a winner until you realize how much it jobs you. Throw your controller on the ground, curse out your pet dog again, and eat your favorite Bluebell ice cream while screaming, "Why Nixon?" in your best Dave Chappelle impersonation. Good luck with your brackets, folks. I did not fill one out. I don't like heartbreak, but I'm going with Michigan State. You can't doubt a man with a name as smooth as Denzel Valentine. Come on now. I hope these 4 tips will be as helpful to you as they are to me. We'll be right back with more original copy.
It's almost time to go, but before I run out to start spring break, let's do a shout out. Shout out to LSU Student Government, Student Entertainment, sorry for that, for their groovin' lineup this year. This year, rapper Danny Brown and singer Sandy Gold are expected to perform on April 8th in the PMAC. This is the first time a woman has headline groovin', and it's a woman of color at that. It's nice to see that LSU has students in positions to really make some progress. Now, can we please put it back on cam 2, please? Thank you. Our last shout out goes to the students in general. It's spring break, so please enjoy yourselves, but be responsible. The semester is almost over, and you don't want to risk not finishing over the world's largest keg stand. So for the entire original copy, really don't die. Like, we want you to come back to finish finals. And I'm Michaela Morgan. Have a safe, happy spring break, and remember to keep it OC, but just come back to the Michaela show if everyone could. Good night, everyone.